Hey guys, Angel back at you at Automotive Services of Austin, 3235 East MLK. Today's segment that we're going to do is on your alignment, tires, suspension on your vehicle. A lot of things that we see whenever people bring in their cars, and this could be, once your car's got 80 to 150 or plus miles on, you can start to get wear and tear on a lot of these components. So a lot of these things that you need to be aware of. One of the main things is your tires. Start to see tire wear. Usually tires are good up to 30 to 50,000 miles. If you got brand new tires, so if you got a good set of tires, start to see some wear, especially premature wear, could indicate that you got some of these components that are starting to have a little bit of play, a little bit of movement where they're not supposed to have movement. So I'll go over that with you guys. Obviously, we got tires. It's one of the things that we do here at Automotive Service. Also, is we carry all major brands of tires. Anything that you're looking for, from new to old, we can order them in. We do stock some. We don't have a big selection of stock, but usually within a few hours we can have what you need. This is a couple of sets of tires that we're about to install here on the customer's car. One of the things, this is a small tire, but if you look under your car and you see you're smooth like that, that's a problem. I call these May pops. So going down the road, this could pop at any time. So if you're running on May pops, this is what a May pop looks like. So if you start to see any no tread anymore on one side and maybe right in the middle, could be a set of time, a time for a set of tires. And then also, we can check your suspension, make sure that once you put these new tires on, then they're not going to prematurely wear. Because we've had where people are like, hey, I just replaced those tires, a month ago, and they're already worn to this, badly enough to have to replace them again. So this will save you some money in the long run. One of the things that we do recommend every single time that you get some tires put on, whether you're putting 2 tires or all 4, is a good alignment. And with the alignment also comes these other suspension components that need to be addressed and need to be inspected. Maybe every few oil changes. And get those inspected and get them looked at. One of the things that we look at also is this is the strut. This is one of the struts that we replaced on the customer's vehicle. Obviously, you can see it's all struts blown out. These are probably have over 100,000 miles on them. So customer wanted to get these replaced. So we put a set of struts, did an alignment. I think we did some tires on that vehicle. But this is what a pad strut looks like. I don't have a new one to show you guys, but obviously it looks the same. It's just a new component. Doesn't look like this. And this would be on the front. Some cars do have struts on the rear. One of the things that you'll notice whenever you're needing struts, you go over bumps and you start to feel that sway back and forth. Usually that indicates your struts are pretty worn. One of the other things that we see quite a bit, this is a tie rod end. When this tie rod end goes bad, they start to move, really give you too much movement here, and that'll wear your tires prematurely for sure. So big issue here. This is an outer tie rod end. There's also an inner tie rod end that goes to your steering rack and pinion. And once that one can wear also on the inside. So typically if this is worn, we usually replace both. And there's 2 of these per vehicle on the front. Sometimes on some of them more, but typically 2 of these on the outer and then 2 inners. The other thing is control arms. A lot of the control arms, most vehicles now come with the only way you can get a ball joint is usually with replacing this control arm. I think this is like off of an imported car. I think probably like a Toyota or Honda small Corolla or something like that. This one is actually, you've got bushings in here. If you can see, there's no bushing here anymore. So whenever this customer hit his brakes, he'd hear a big clunk, 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 and actually you can sit there and see the tire move back and forth where there should not be no movement at all. So once we lifted that up, this thing about just fell out. So obviously we had to replace these. So we replaced both of those. Again, I think he had some tire wear. Same thing he was going through, I just replaced those tires not too long ago, now they're worn again. This is another strut, shock strut. These are called coilovers. This one, you can see how wet it is. If you're able to go get underneath your vehicle and look and just kind of shine a light, if you see any wetness around these, they shouldn't be wet. That means all the oil that's in these are gas charged, that's leaked out. So it's not, they're just there for decoration now. They're not doing their job. And then these are just new tires. So like I said, we can get all brands, new, no used. We don't do any used. Might be able to patch your tire here and there if you have a flat, a nail or whatever, but typically just try to stick with the new stuff. But thanks again. Thanks for joining Angel with Automotive Service of Austin. Let us know when we can help you out in. Thank you.
Give Automotive Services of Austin a call today at 512-477-7575.